He wants to throw the hook, don't get me wrong, but the hook is not open. Okay, there's two guys around the hook. The flat is open. Take it. I played in the Super Bowl against the Chicago Bears. I think I threw 10 passes to my running back, Joseph Adai. I think about 7 of them were on these little flat routes. Here we are on play 1. We always talk about the power of the eyes for a quarterback. Watch right here. It's an RPO. He fakes. He looks out here to the flat. Okay, the flat's not open. He turns back to the inside to that seam, and by taking his eyes to the seam, he moves the flat defender. So he's looking 1, he's looking 2, he goes back to 1. The power of the eyes. Eyes can move defenders. Don't ever underestimate that, especially versus zone coverage. Man-to-man, your eyes are not going to move defenders as much because they're guarding the receiver wherever they go. But in zone coverage, those defenders are going to look at your eyes, quarterbacks. You see it here from the end zone. He wants to throw the flat. No, it's not open. I'm coming back to this seam. I'm coming back to the flat. It's a 1-2-1 read. Nice job there by Tua. Play 3, once again, watch Tua's eyes. He knows he wants to throw this little hitch route outside. That's what he wants to throw. He's not open at first, so what does he do? He comes out and looks at him. Now he looks deep to the corner, and that just, again, sinks those defenders. So 2 plays in a row. It's a 1-2 deep read, back to 1. It's a simple little throw, short completion, but it tells you Tua understands how to manipulate defenders with his eyes, and a good example there on the run this time, taking the first down conversion. Play 5 here. I love this now. It's just a simple hook, wheel concept. Take the hook, take the hook, take the hook. Don't ever get bored, right? He knows he wants to throw to the hook. So what does he do? He looks outside to move that flat defender outside the numbers so he can throw the hook. He knows where he wants to go. He is moving that defender with his eyes, right? We talk about in zone coverage, looking at the defenders, but also know where you want to go with the ball. Every play has a first read and a second read. I know sometimes they tell the quarterback, hey, read the defender and decide who the first or second read is based off of that. Bull. There's always a first read. That hook is the first read. That's where he wants to go. It's your job to use your eyes to help get him open. Tua does just that on this play. There's a couple of examples in this game and also in Tua's game against the Jets where he is a little bit high or off across the middle. And there's one place we cannot be inaccurate. That's across the middle. We can get away with it maybe on the outside toward the sideline, but across the middle, we got safeties around, we got linebackers around. We have got to be accurate. This is cover 2-man that the Giants are playing, right? 2 deep safeties with man-to-man underneath. In-breaking routes are tough versus that coverage. I like out-breaking routes, right? Even up top right there, he's got his tight end on a little shout route, a short out route. That's probably where the ball should go. This kind of deep cross versus 2-man coverage is not as viable, and 2 is just a little bit high on this throw. So quarterbacks, we got to be careful throwing over the middle. Missing high is not a good thing, especially across the middle. Play 20. I love this. Tua is taking this option route off the plant. Love the read here by number 17, Jaylen Waddle. It's zone coverage, right? He's got an option route. So let's don't break in or break out when it's zone coverage and you're just wide open on a 5 yards, just hooking up inside. That's a great read of the coverage. Receivers, don't break out into a defender or break into a defender. Just split the 2 of them and hook up right there on the numbers. I like how Tua throws this ball off the plant. You see him in the shotgun? It's 1, 2, 3, plant, ball. That ball is out. I also love the forced outside release down here at the bottom. We talk about that all the time. Wide receivers, help your buddy out, right? Never leave your wingman. If you release inside of this corner, that corner can close on that option route, cause a big collision, possibly a fumble. Force the outside release, help your buddy get open. Nice execution there by the Dolphins. Play 22, love this read. This is an outside-in read. It's a stick concept. You got to start with the outside. If you start with the inside receiver, you're going to be late to the outside. That defender can't cover both. Start with the outside, take it all day. That's great discipline on his part. don't get bored taking a profit. Jerry Burns, the old Vikings coach, kind of came up with that saying, don't get bored putting money in the bank, taking your completions. Here we are on play 23, same thing. It's a hook flat concept. He wants to throw the hook, don't get me wrong, but the hook is not open. Okay, there's two guys around the hook. The flat is open. Take it. Make a guy miss, you get the first down. I played in the Super Bowl against the Chicago Bears. I think I threw 10 passes to my running back, Joseph Adai. I think about 7 of them were on these little flat routes. The Bears kept sinking soft in zone coverage. The flats were open. Take it, quarterbacks. Don't get bored. Nice play here by the Dolphins. You can tell that Coach Brian Flores kind of brought this play because he saw the Patriots run this all the time. Always called it Hoss, 2 hitch routes on the outside with 2 seam routes. In this inside route, it's kind of a choice route. Hoss chop is what we called it in Denver.
Chop, chop.
The idea here is if it's man-to-man coverage, Waddle on the inside is going to uncover versus man-to-man. But when it's zone coverage, he's going to split those 2 defenders. Tua takes it, puts it right on the body. We take the 5-yard completion. Nice job of Tua knowing what the defense is, and Waddle also knowing what the defense is. Wide receivers need to understand coverages just like quarterbacks do. Play 27. Okay, this is the old free play concept.
The Giants offside, so Tua, a free play, going for it all.
And I just want to talk about it. Aaron Rodgers is the master at this. Quarterbacks, if we think we have a free play, let's be sure we see the flag before we throw the ball. You saw Josh Allen. He thought the Patriots jumped off sides. He thought he had a free play, took a shot down toward the end zone. No flag, okay? We've got to be sure that they actually throw the flag. So somehow, some way, you got to see that flag flying in out of the corner of your eye. And if you see that, then it is okay to take a shot right here, which is what Tua is doing. But let's don't just assume that the flag is going to be called and throw one up for grabs and risk the chance of a turnover. Play 52 here. I love this read by Tua. This is a classic post with a deep cross combination. We called it tower.
73, Z tower left. Z tower left. Tower left.
We've seen some other examples of quarterbacks running this play, and what do they throw? They usually throw the deep cross. That's kind of what the play is designed to do, is to get the ball to the guy running the deep cross. But watch this safety. This safety is outside the hash. It's almost like he's waiting for that deep cross. And Tua sees it. He does not predetermine. He sees that safety kind of out of position. He's like, you know what? I'm going to throw that inside post because there's nobody over there. Nice decision. Gives Waddle a chance to make a play. Obviously, he'd like to put this ball in front of Waddle, let him catch it in stride, possibly catch a touchdown. But I think he's probably a little bit surprised that Waddle is open. And sometimes when the quarterback is not expecting someone to be open, it's easy to be a little bit off. But nice job getting it to Waddle. Really good read for an explosive play for the Dolphins. Dolphins are able to go down and get a field goal, go up by 2 scores, and put this game away. Really nice game by Tua. Made some really good decisions. He learned from his mistakes early in the game. Great job using his eyes to manipulate defenders and helping the Dolphins get their 5th consecutive win.
This is not the kind of thing you want happening during kickoff.
Don't be